Good morning, students. Today we will continue our chapter 2, Nelson Mandela. I have told you a line by line dictation of the chapter, and today I want to teach you the overall summary of Nelson Mandela. So, in Nelson Mandela, I have told you that there is a big conflict between the white and the black peoples. So, black peoples are just oppressed by the white peoples. Now, if you see, Nelson Mandela on 10 May 1994 become the president of the South Africa, and he take an oath, and each and every line, whatever he has taken in the oath, written into the NCRT book. Okay, so he has taken the oath and he has said like this, that I will be see each and every citizen, whether it is a white or whether it is a black, with the equal eye. Okay, so now he says 2-3 lines also about the freedom, that what is a myth into his mind when he is a child and he has spent 30 years into the prison. Okay, and because of a lot of the struggle, now they got freedom. White peoples, from the white peoples, black peoples got freedom. And he tell us about one more thing about the love and the hatred, that love is a natural and hatred is somehow injected into the people, right? So line by line summary, please let's see. Okay, Nelson Mandela was born, and you have to remember the date of the Nelson Mandela also, that when he born in 18 July 1990, and I told you about the 10 May 1994 to 1999, right beta? At in this time period he ruled over the South Africa. Please remember these dates. Okay, these 3 dates, please. Sometime the MCQs questions are like this only. Okay, he was the first South African black president after over 3 centuries. I told you that time also. 3 centuries means 1 century is equal to 100 years. So 3 centuries, 300 years. After 300 years, they got freedom from rule of the white rulers, white peoples. Okay, his African National Congress. Sometime they ask you about the ANC, African National Congress. Please remember this full form also. Okay, party won Mandela democratic elections of South Africa's history. 10 May was the day when Mandela took up the president's mental official. Means he on 10 May he has just taken an oath and he has holded that command that now he is the president. Okay, that on first day he signed the papers and he has declared all over the South Africa that he's become the president. Okay, like this only. Now, there was a huge gathering of international leaders. Huge gathering is there just to listen to whom? Just to listen to the Mandela, right? And dignitaries at the swearing in ceremony, which was held in Union Buildings in Pretoria. And remember this one also, that in which kind of building he is taking the oath, and which kind of building, what is the name of that particular building where he has taken the oath. Okay, and the name of the building is in Pretoria, and the name of the building is MP Theatre. Here not written, but MP Theatre. Okay, the spelling is, you can consult it from your textbook also. Okay. And the first non-racial government took charge as Nelson Mandela gave a speech on the victory of justice, peace, and human dignity. Right? What he is saying here, that now the non-racial government become. Okay, means he is saying like this, that this is a fair decision taken by the general public. Okay. Now, he is saying Mandela pledged to liberate his people, pledged, taken an oath that I will liberate my peoples, I will liberate the black peoples. Okay, black people's poverty, suffering, and discrimination. Whatever is going on into the South Africa, I will free from you from all these type of things, from the poverty, from the suffering, and for the industry. Why poverty, beta? Because if they are eligible, but I will give you the one more example. If one person is having MBA degree, white people, And black people is also having MBA degree. Black people getting 20k for the same post. White person, sorry, get 40k. So this is also discrimination going on into the South Africa. So he lives in the poverty and he become rich and more rich, right? So this poverty he will be not continue this kind of thing, and so that the poverty will be gone, right? Suffering discrimination, a colorful show by jet and helicopter depicted. And when he after his oath, when the oath is completed, jets are all over into the sky and they spread a lot of the colors from the jet, and helicopters are also there, military vans are also there into the helicopters, and jet is spreading the color of a flag. Okay, and loyalty took place, and and they all are taking the that they will be also follow the government. Okay, they will be loyal toward the government, toward the Nelson Mandela's government, right? Two national, and that time two national anthems sang by them. One is sang by the white peoples, and second one is sang by the black peoples. This is for the black peoples, and this is sang by the white peoples, right? You have to learn the spelling of these two national anthems. Sometimes they will ask you that how this spelling, that which one spelling is correct. Okay, if you remember the spelling, then you can correct it, the correct answer. Okay, now a new system was formed that recognized the rights and the freedoms of all. Now he is saying that whenever the chapter starts, now there is a word, apartheid system. Apartheid system is used for those peoples, for the blacks, that they differentiate that these are the white peoples and these are the black peoples. Okay, just to differentiate them. Right, now what he is saying, a new system was formed that recognized the right and the freedom of all. Mandela recalled the courage and unimaginable sacrifice of the thousands of the peoples. And then what he says that I will make the new right, new rule regulations, and I will free each and every person. Then he recalled the name of the persons who has just contributed in that liberty, right? His people, and thanked them for their services. And obviously, he contributed a thank toward those peoples also. Namely, he offered salutation to some great freedom fighters. Now, the name you have to remember 6 freedom fighters into your NCRT book. Please have a look on those 6 freedom fighters, and here also written Oliver Tambo, Walter Sisulu, Chief Luthili, Yusuf Dado, and others. Okay, so total 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and fifth and sixth is not mentioned here. Please go and consult from your NCRT book. Mandela in this speech addressing the citizens said that a country is rich because of its people, not because of the minerals. Okay, so he is saying like this, that South Africa is rich not because of the people, but because of the minerals. Whatever the material they are having, the natural minerals they are having, because of that, the South Africa is so rich, right? Then, courage is not the absence of fear, but the victory over it. So, if you are fearing with some other person, then that is not a good thing. If you overcome from that fear, that is a more better, more good thing for you. Okay, so the courage, साहस उसमें नहीं है कि डर डर के जियो, साहस उसमें है कि अपने डर पे काबू पाओ, right? This whole line means like this only. Okay, people showed love other, not hate them due to their color or religion. Means beta, don't hate the people just because of their color, just because of their religion. Love them because of their good things. Okay. Love comes naturally, not by force, which is natural goodness, whereas people must learn to hate. And if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. If we make a person to hate the other person, we can make that person to love that person, right? So love is natural, but hatred is injected somewhere into the somewhere's mind, right? He also said that man should try to create a balance between his duties toward his family and duty toward his country and community. Sometimes the person try to manage the balance between the family and balance between the friends, balance between the family and the community, etc., etc. Right? So Mandela said that freedom has different interpretations for a kid. It is to play. So, into the eyes of the kids, what is freedom? Just to play freely. And for the adults, to fulfill needs of own and his family. Own and his family's need, right? Real freedom means equal rights for everyone. He warned that people of South Africa must live with dignity and respect. What he want? He want only that people will live with the dignity and the respect. Okay, because inhumanity goes on into the South Africa. Right? He believed the oppressor and the oppressed have to be liberated. Patience and perseverance, guided by discipline and system, will yield the desired result. Right? If you do the equality, then obviously your nation will grow. If you are only mingled up the things into the oppressor, oppressed, etc., etc., then the system will be, and then the state, the country will be only downfall of that state and country. Okay, if you want to do something good, if you want to just move forward, then don't bother all these type of things that just to make some other persons worry about all these type of things. Okay, so that's it about the summary. Now we will discuss the question answers. Okay, here, where did the ceremony take place? So first question is like this, that where did the ceremony take place? I told you, where? In amphitheater, right? Here, amphitheater by Union Building in Pretoria. And what is the name of that particular place? Pretoria. Okay. And what he asked, the second question, can you name any public building in India that are made by sandstones? Sandstones means with red stones or with some other stones. When the bricks are resembling, bricks are taken, we can recognize the bricks. That is a Red Fort, Rashtrapati Bhavan, etc., etc. Okay, so you can read here that in India, the Rashtrapati Bhavan and Red Fort are the two public buildings that are made of the red sandstones. Okay, so this is all about the first question. Now, the second question is like this. Can you say how 10 May is an autumn day? Why they are saying that 10 May is, when the chapter started, they have written that 10 May, autumn day. Here in our India, August is the autumn day, right? August is, we can say, more beautiful. Okay, but in the South Africa, that is not there. In May, autumn, why? Because of the equator. Okay, let's read this answer. South Africa is located in the southern hemisphere, that is below the equator. Okay, because of the equator, I told you, in the southern hemisphere, the timing of the season is different from that of the Europe and Asia. Okay, so the timing is different. Which are the northern hemisphere? In southern Africa, autumn is from March to April. Okay, March to April, autumn goes on. So that's why they are saying like this, that 10 May is an autumn day. Okay, so and winter is from June to September. Look, June to September. And in our India, November, December, January, right? This is how 10 May becomes a lovely autumn day in the South Africa. Okay, this is how it goes on into the South Africa. So I hope these two questions clear to you. Now, we will move forward toward the third question. Third question also, at the beginning of the speech, Mandela mentions an extraordinary human disaster. I told you, extraordinary human disaster means, beta, they are doing a lot of the partiality with the black peoples. If they start beating to the black people now, they beat continuously. Okay, and if white peoples are standing here, then the another queue after the white peoples they made black peoples made. Okay, and if in between some white people came now, they will came into the queue, and the since morning to night they are standing into a queue just to buy something, just to get something, groceries, tickets, etc., etc. Okay, they are still standing there, and they are not having any kind of opportunity to speak in front of the white peoples. Okay, uh, this kind of inhumanity goes on, and this is I have spoken and not more in a brutal way, but they are treated them in a more brutal way. Okay, so let's read the answer. In Mandela's speech, an extraordinary human disaster, he wanted to express his strong feeling against the practice of apartheid in the South Africa. Apartheid system means a separate a separation between the white and the black people. That is known as the apartheid system. Okay. Under apartheid, there was racial segregation of the people. In India, there is an untouchability concept, and which is written by the Mulkraz Anand. Okay, Mulkraz Anand is the famous writer who wrote about the untouchability. So, in South Africa, there is a racial discrimination. Racial discrimination means racial inequality goes on into the South Africa. Right, right. Against the rest, they could not enjoy the right to freedom. So, they can't enjoy the right to freedom. You know better, I think, what is the right to freedom. Mandela was jailed for 18 years on the infamous Robben Island. Robben Island is an isolated island where nobody is going on, and only the slaves are there, and the white peoples are having their that sticks, uh, hunter. Okay, and they are beating a lot to them, and they are working like you know how the process goes on into a jail when the person is thrown into a jail. A lot of the activities done by them from morning to since night. Okay, and they after a lot of the work now they didn't get any good food. Okay, they have only one or two chapatis. Okay, now, where he was mistreated by the authorities, he considered it is a great, glorious human achievement that he became the first black president of South Africa, where the blacks were deprived of the basic needs and suffered different kind of discrimination and were treated badly. Then, what is the second glorious human achievement? Why? Because he become the black person, become the president, and then he is just promised to the black peoples and as well as to the white peoples also that I will not treat you brutally, but I will see all the peoples with the equal eye. Okay, so now the basic needs, basic things, whatever the black peoples want, I will also provide to them. Right? I think third question also clear to you. Now the fourth and the fifth question. What does Mandela thank the international leaders? Why he is thanking to the international leaders? Because they come just to listen to the Mandela. Okay, from different cities they came just to listen to the Mandela, how he is taking a oath, what kind of promises he is doing with the general public, as he is doing the same thing with the white peoples, whatever the white peoples are doing with the black peoples, right? So the answer is like this. Mandela felt extremely privileged to welcome the dignitaries and international leaders at the swearing in ceremony. Swearing, promising, we can say. You know, na swearing, mother swear, I have not done anything wrong. Okay, like this. Because it was not too long ago when the South Africans were considered outlaws. Outlaws means, beta, out of the community. Right? He therefore thanked all of them for having come from far and wide to witness the historical oath taking ceremony of the first black president of South Africans. Why he is thanking? Just to witness this glorious day, this huge, wonderful, big day that now, after 3 centuries, now a black person has become the president of the South Africa. Right? This event could be considered as the common victory of justice, peace, and human dignity. Right? Now, fifth question. What idea does he set out for the future of the South Africa? So, what he is promising that how the future Africa looks like. Mandela set the idea of liberating the people of South Africa from the continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender, and other discrimination. Whatever the kind of discrimination going on into the South Africa, he will stop all these type of discrimination into the South Africa. He wanted the people of the country to enjoy the right to freedom from all forms of bondage and prejudices. Right? Prejudices means partiality. Right? He will make them free from all these kind of bondages and the prejudices. So that's it for today. Tomorrow I will continue my video from here only. Okay. Thank you so much.